The Atlanta Falcons are the most predictable team in football, and what I mean by that is not that they run the same play every snap, though it often feels like that. What I mean is that longtime fans know exactly what's coming every season, every game, sometimes every play, and that's creative new forms of disappointment. Like, take for example, this 3rd and 8. Falcons rush 3 on 3rd and 8 because Dan Quinn hates sacks, and the Rams convert it. And if you're a fan, if you've been watching this season, you know that's coming, right? We haven't had a sack in 5 weeks. So what do we do on 3rd and 12? We make the same mistake, right? We don't get enough pressure. We give up another conversion. And it just feels so brutally repetitive. But we get lucky. The Rams missed the field goal, but now we had a chance to go up by 10, go up by 2 scores. Caleb McGarry gets beat inside. It's a rookie. It's going to happen, right? But what shouldn't happen is Jake Matthews getting blown up into our blocking support running back, stopping that running back for picking up the blitz, and now it's 4th and 25. What also shouldn't happen is Vic Beasley being in one-on-one coverage with Todd Gurley. But that's the world we live in, right? You've got veterans and coaches just making the same mistakes over and over again. Like, this is not the only play that Beasley is in coverage. And I understand that he's no use in the pass rush, but if he's no use in the pass rush, just get him off the field. And then you got plays like this where what looks positive turns into the most ridiculous backwards fumble I've ever seen. Ball just shoots 10 yards. Ball spent more time loose than Matt Ryan has in the pocket on this next play, where he's forced to, throw it into the dirt because he's about to get killed back there. And again, this has been happening for 2 years. What also is somehow predictable is Dan Quinn not calling a timeout when Johnny Hecker literally steps into the shotgun. Like, of course it's a fake. And if you've ever watched a Falcons game, you know Dan Quinn is the king of the random defensive timeout. I mean, just every time he's a little uncomfortable with our alignment, like, oh, timeout on 3rd down, but not when the punter is literally in the shotgun. I mean, every play, every drive, it's like we find new ways to just make fans scratch their heads and be like, what the heck is going on, right? But as varied as all these disappointments are, that still feels like we all see it coming. Like, the Falcons get another opportunity here to make it a 1-score game before the half. What do? They give up another sack. Because that's what we do. Every time we have an opportunity on offense this year, we give up another sack. Or, we got this screenplay here where Everett he just walks into the end zone. I mean, it's like you're playing against the AI on Madden, right? And you get those touchdowns sometime where you're like, man, this is not realistic. No defense would ever just let my guy walk in like that. That's what playing against the Falcons is like. You're guaranteed a couple of those every single week. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Or we have interceptions going off the hands of some of our most sure-handed receivers. And this is like the 4th time this has happened with Mohamed Sanu in the last 2 years. And I hate that this is one of the last plays that the guy had in a Falcons uniform, because he's just been such a great player for us and such a great vet, such a good locker room presence. But, it wouldn't feel like a Falcons parting if he didn't go out that way. And, oh, by the way, Devonta Freeman punched Aaron Donald in the face while he's wearing a helmet. I mean, you shouldn't punch anybody in the face who's wearing a helmet. But Aaron Donald is like literally a Greek god carved from marble to destroy quarterbacks. And you punched him in the face. Or, our best open field tackler misses Jared Goff on a scramble. Jared Goff is not that mobile. It's just ridiculous, right? These are plays that these guys made a couple years ago. And to top it all off, Matt Ryan gets hurt. And that's the most just disappointing, predictable part of this entire just disaster of a game. As if you asked any Falcons fan, what's the cherry on top of this crap sandwich of a season? Matt Ryan is going to get killed behind this offensive line. We've been saying it for a year, and it finally happened. And now there's just nothing left for Falcons fans to look forward to because we're not even going to have an offense. We're going to have the corpse of Matt Shaw playing quarterback. And it just, it feels like exactly what was bound to happen. Ever since like week 3, when we realized that one win against the Eagles was a fluke, that the Eagles weren't good and we aren't either, this was coming. It was all going to boil over into just the worst possible disaster. And here we are. There's nothing fun about watching this team right now. It's just masochistic. We're just putting ourselves into a position of misery. But, the most predictable part of this whole scenario is that we're all going to come back next week, and we're all going to come back after the bye, and we're going to watch anyways, and we're going to suffer through it together. So thanks for reliving last Sunday's nightmare with me. If you got some comfort out of the shared misery, be sure to leave a like. And if you're interested in more content like this on the Falcons, which will unfortunately be lots of commiserating, but hopefully some more positive content coming up about Atlanta United and the Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta sports in general, be sure to hit subscribe. There'll be videos here hopefully every week for the foreseeable future. So thanks for coming, and I will see you next time.